Okay, ladies and gentlemen, despite all reasons for me probably thinking this was the worst thing I could have done, and despite all of the bullshit we had to literally drag ourselves through, we are finally here. The worst moment of DSP Gaming throughout the whole of 2021. So, God damn it, let's just get on with it. I don't want to waste any more of your time, and I feel exhausted yet. It's 11:45 at night, and I just want to know. I want to know what was worse than Phil's lack of accountability, his lack of respect, his lack of tact, and his lack of care. What could be worse? What could be worse than any of those? So, let's find out together.
In the next few days, I need tremendous help with tips if possible. I have no money. I just can't do it. I have no money this week, you know. What can you do?
Oh, hang on.
If you could please contribute, I would appreciate that. So that way I don't go through November making no money at all on YouTube. And I appreciate this. I really need the help. I need to hit this goddamn tips goal today. Please, guys. Please, if we can make it happen, I really need the help, okay?
So, yeah, Phil begging for money wants to,
The fact that he was begging for tips under the guise that he was poor, right? He's feigning kind of poverty, essentially, is what people had a real problem with, and people kind of made it their, life's work to uncover it.
You're not supposed to ask for them.
Right.
The motherfucker begs for the motherfuckers, right?
And constantly try to guilt trip and try to wring out as much money as he can from his very devoted but very small audience.
I received a $150 tip from Deathface. Thank you to Deathface. Yes, it is legit. It's another one from the Devil UK. The person who took me $200 earlier just to be another $200. Dude, thank you. Thank you, man.
$1,000.
I think I just received a $1,000 tip. Holy shit. Thank you to anyone who gave anything today. I was not expecting anything.
Did he even
like
read
this.
the message?
Thank you very, very much. And Jeff, wow. Thank you, sir. That is amazing. Thank you for helping us. Really. Thank you.
Okay. Bank of America. I've heard of some things about that. September 18th, 2021. Here we go.
So on Saturday, a person on Kiwi Farms posted information of how they were able to get access to the bank records of Darkside Phil, aka Philip Barnell.
One particular person managed to socially engineer their way into getting a hold of Darkside Phil's banking records.
So what they did for weeks were social engineer, as they like to say, the rest of it.
You could do that through a phone call, you can do that through some loophole in the law, you can do that through an email. There's so many ways that you can get somebody's information through social engineering.
The people who got access to Phil's financial records did so with things that were very publicly known on the internet. So just don't bank with Bank of America. That's the only takeaway I could take from this.
So, in case you're wondering why there were some things that were very publicly known, is because in 2020, Phil applied for bankruptcy that he got, and it meant he had to supply a 50-page form on about his finances, his business associates, and everything that was basically under his name, under his supervision from two houses, ones that he owned in Seattle, and another one I think he owned in Washington State. A car, several other things, and among many other things that Phil was simply not truthful when he was answering all of these questions, and the fact that basically he had to disclose about certain credit cards, and basically that's how we've got to where we are. So that's how they managed to get this, the people on Kiwi Farms. I need to blow my nose, actually. I I don't condone DSP Gaming bank transactions being
And that's really what one of the
banking transactions being found via telephone. However, what you'll witness is the amount of money he spends and how much he earns as a content creator who cries poor. Oh boy, this is gonna be something special. This. So yeah, this is Phil begging for money, literally coming undone, because now we're really about to see it firsthand.
things the leaks have shed light on is that Phil's expenses are not necessarily things that you would consider necessary or urgent bills.
Examples of DSP Gaming's bank statements between March 2020 and September of 2021. And this is when he applied for the bankruptcy in March. Here we go.
On May 4th, a debit card purchase for $5.05 from Amazon. On May 3rd, a debit card purchase for $5.78 from Starbucks.
Okay.
On April 27th, a pre-authorized payment of $212.33 from Liberty Mutual. On April 21st, a debit card purchase for $28.19 from Fred Meyer. On April 26th, a debit card purchase for $210.26 from Fred Meyer. On April 26th, a debit card purchase for $48.31 from IHOP.
You can see that he started that day with fucking IHOP. I thought you didn't eat breakfast, you piece of shit. How many times has he said,
Well, the first thing, obviously, that's like pretty damning enough as it is, but this is like only getting things started as far as I can work out. But one thing you're also gonna have to keep in mind is that what exactly is he spending $250 at Fred Meyer? What is even worth getting at Fred Meyer for $250? The thing about Liberty Mutual might be a slightly different take, because that could be like what he pays for insurance on his car and stuff like that. Why he really needs to own a car is a very good question if a lot of this stuff is going to be delivered to him. And bearing in mind as well, this is like during the pandemic we're talking about here.
oh, I was too busy and I don't eat breakfast and I just come straight to the streams and blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to be very honest with everyone. This last week I had giant bills to pay, and by the time that I had paid them, I had no money.
On May 3rd, a debit card purchase for $57.26 from DoorDash. On May 26th, a debit card purchase for $63.55 from DoorDash. On April 26th, a debit card purchase for $46.27 from DoorDash.
Now you're at $1,000 a week just in door dashing. What is wrong with you?
Things that you wouldn't get if you're obviously financially destitute and in a tough spot. You just wouldn't. You just drink coffee at home.
Yeah.
Sadly, I ran out of money.
We'll see. Okay, right.
On April 26th, a debit card purchase for $21.46 from PetSmart. On April 19th, a debit card purchase for $21.46 from PetSmart. On May 3rd, a debit card purchase for $62.12 from PetSmart.
Is he just like buying cat food in bulk for Jasper?
Jasper, the king over there, living life like a bougie cat. That cat never lived life so good. He got rescued by the Dark One.
I have no money for anything right now. I can't even pre-order the PS5 or the Series X or anything when that happens. I have to wait, so.
God damn it, let's see.
On July 21st, 2020, a direct deposit of $1,537.87 from Google.
Now listen, I know fine well that on launch the PS5 was nearly $1,000, was like very expensive, but Phil, come on now. How do you? Oh God! Come on, Phil. Are you really trying to tell me you could afford that? Really? Look at this, and this is just from 1 month, and you could probably double that if you tried. So that's like April 21st.
On May 17th, a credit in the amount of $4,241.11. On February 12th, a credit in the amount of $5,264.81. On March 24th, a direct deposit of $1,400 from Internal Revenue Service.
Like what? You got the
And holy shit, he got the $1,400 tax credit from Trump? How?
DSP Gaming made at least $130,000 within the March of 2020 to March 2021 period. To be eligible for the COVID-19 stimulus check, you must need to have an annual sum of $112,500 or under if you are filing as head of household. Oh my god, that's like $17,500, and they just the IRS didn't know about this. That seems like the sort of thing they should know. So basically, $1,400 for doing fuck all is what he got.
Another concerning purchasing trend is the weekly visits to Total Wine & More. It seems as if Phil has a habit of spending upwards of $70 a week at a liquor store.
In a month, he spent $400 on gin.
Total Wine 27. He spent like $500 at the liquor store in 1 month.
On April 26th, a debit card purchase for $35.51 from Total Wine. On September 22nd, a debit card purchase for $35.
$35 is like how much I would spend every 2 months on alcohol. Not in a single day. That's... How does Barney Gumble over here literally... How does he do that?
And 51 cents from
I don't even
Total
think
Wine.
Barney Gumble could get through that much.
On April 12th, a debit card purchase for $35.51 from Total Wine. On April 19th, a debit card purchase for $71.02 from Total Wine.
Jesus Christ.
It is what it is, because I don't drink gin. Like, I haven't had gin in a very long time.
Now, mind you, when he's talking about he needs money, right? This is what he spent money on.
On April 19th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from PayPal.
Okay.
On April 19th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from PayPal. On May 10th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from PayPal. On May 10th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from PayPal. On May 10th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from PayPal.
That's at least $550
On
right
May
there.
17th, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09, $110.09. $110.09. $110.09. From PayPal.
How does he even... What is the PayPal purchase of $110.09? With some calculations, 10.1 from Washington state taxes, sales tax. So it should be like $99. Around the week of May 17th. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No way. $99.99.
From PayPal.
And why is it a 1651? Well, because there is a little bit of tax. It's actually $14.99 because it's his payment for WWE Champions.
Largely due to the fact that Phil is an avid player of it, and I think that the leaks have definitively proven this.
Truth, right now, I've not played any mobile game in any major way in over 2 years, including this fucking WWE game that these idiots keep bringing up. It's not my account.
Keep telling yourself that, Phil.
And they were able to surmise that he's spending thousands of dollars on WWE Champions, even though he was saying that he wasn't playing this game, which is basically a gambling game.
$4,500, 29.7%. Almost a third went to WWE Champions in March.
I really need help with tips over the next 4 days to pay these bills that are all coming due around
Phil.
Wednesday-ish, okay?
No, you don't.
A pre-authorized payment of $11, $22.01, $110.09, $54.99, $2.62, $14.76, $22.01, $79.10, $22.01, $110.09 from PayPal.
The guy is blowing thousands of dollars on gacha games. DSP, this is why you're broke.
He getting all these money from people and spending it on his bullshit. Bullshit. But he's saying he needs it for like...
The day
like
Phil finally realizes that, you know what, he's about how much he's just pissed through his hands, he'll thank us later. He won't thank anybody. He'll say he did this all by himself. Because, yeah, one of the big things you'll find out about, like, addicts of this nature is that with everything else, with Phil, being in denial is not just a sort of thing that he does. Because the thing is that being in denial about situations about like how much money you're spending is one thing, but it's sort of a thing that sort of dripped into every other corner of his life, especially in the previous part about Phil thinking he was absolutely in the right and he did nothing wrong about his Twitch partnership program being terminated. So this shouldn't be surprising, but it's more shocking the longer you think about it, because if Phil wasn't the way he was, then he would be doing absolutely fine anyway, but he's doing fine anyway despite the person we know that he is. That's what's the fucked up.
Super good. Look at all these.
Look at that.
More concerning is the fact that Phil apparently even incurred overdraft fees when he was buying microtransactions in this game. Again, not to moralize or grandstand over this, but this is sort of indicative of a addictive behavior.
All of your tips that you guys have, submitted this week immediately are going to my bank account to clear these bills, okay?
On May 3rd, a pre-authorized payment of $22.01 from Apple iTunes. On May 3rd, a pre-authorized payment of $110.09 from Apple iTunes. On May 3rd, a pre-authorized payment of $55.04 from Apple iTunes.
I got cards because I had credit in the iTunes store from presents from like 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I was playing this game, WWE Supercard, a ton.
We know the story.
And I was playing the living shit out of it. I was addicted to it.
You still are.
I got a bunch of iTunes credits, like hundreds of dollars of credits for iTunes. Now the thing is, I don't buy music. Like, I wouldn't buy music and buy an album on my phone to listen to or whatever, and anything like that. I says, here's the opportunity. I put them in. I'll tell you, I got a bunch of cards. Some of the highest level epic cards, but I guess they're only specific to a certain class.
A pre-authorized payment of $22.01.
So basically, this is just him buying his way to the top. So
$110.09. $81.44. $110.09 from Apple iTunes.
This is further evidence DSP playing the mobile game and using PayPal and iTunes purchases.
And he's going on here and guilt tripping these people into giving him money.
Right.
It's wrong, bro.
No, it is wrong, but these people, some of them, not saying all, some people who know they have the fucking right mind know they shouldn't be sending this motherfucking shit. But they do it.
DSP, we all know you're financially irresponsible. We all know you're an idiot. But holy shit, DSP.
Like, how do you have a gambling addiction like that, man?
And that's Wings of Redemption
It's
telling
actually
you
fucking
right there,
sad to
Phil,
see.
that this is bad.
But now those banking deals basically prove what everyone was saying was right. He gets far more money than he's letting on.
Examples of his payment from March till September. Oh, in pie chart form. Okay, so what is this? A year and about 6 months. So 18 months. Alcohol, restaurant dining, 5,000. Oh my god. Groceries, okay. Federal taxes. Mortgage payment, okay, 30, okay, that makes sense. Microtransactions, $44,950. Oh my god. So he spent over so call that over $200,000. He spent
This guy is definitely reporting WWE champions on his taxes. Holy shit, DSP. Are you trying to go to jail?
But honestly, this type of situation, bro, when you go to court,
yeah, it's gonna be.
They gonna make a fool out of these people who is spending their money.
This man is using your money and lying to you every day and drinking himself silly every night.
Over the last week, it has come to my attention and my knowledge finally that I have been subject to the crime of identity theft. All right, someone found out my personal information, whether it's stuff that was posted publicly or it's stuff that was not, because I know for a fact that there's access to information that should not be public whatsoever, my private stuff. I don't, again, I'm not supposed to say too much about it per advisement because of everything going on behind the scenes. Yes, this includes all kinds of stuff. Okay, it does, including control over my financials. All that shit is illegal. I mean it, like every piece out there. Oh, look at this. Here's a leak, and I'm going to use this to say defamatory stuff about Phil. Yeah, that's illegal. And again, people are so dumb. Someone literally just said in the stream chat, so everything's real? What did I just say? Are you fucking deaf, you stupid shit? Yeah, you are.
Honestly, bro, some of these people's getting money to actually see the dumb shit he's doing.
If you are a person who is donating to Phil and you're doing it as a means in which to support what he's doing in terms of maybe upgrading his setup so that he can play PC games, that money will not be going into enhancing the quality of the stream. It will go into feeding whatever Phil wants at the time. The last thing that's really on his mind is improving as a content creator. And honestly, given the way that he treats a lot of his audience, I don't really think they'll even care that he's just straight up wasting their money on stupid mobile games and alcohol.
I just explained it. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking. Someone just said what bills? What the fuck? I literally just said it.
kind of made me a bit annoyed. Well, a lot. Furious.
And I appreciate this. I really need the help. I need to hit this goddamn tips goal today. Please, guys. Please, if we can make it happen, I really need the help, okay? I have no money. Truth, right now, I have not played any mobile game in any major way in over 2 years, including this fucking WWE game that these idiots keep bringing up. When stationary, negative 75% damage, that's really bad. I've never, ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off. I told you, Twitch is the future. Twitch loves me and my streams. Dear Twitch, watch this video and listen to me very carefully. People don't like you, Twitch. So I went downstairs and I spoke with my wife. By the way, Kat is completely upset. She's crying. Oh, by the way, I have your IP, I have your name, and I have your address. Hit it. No, how about this? Banned, 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 banned.
Oh god. And there we go. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to give a special thanks to Secret Limited for the yearly dose of information that he gives us, because this is absolutely fantastic. Also for the fact that, for reasons that I absolutely loved, is the fact that despite getting paid that much, and despite the fact that Phil is doing like 10 times better than schmucks like me, or probably people watching all over will ever do, it kind of almost sets a very interesting precedent in people's minds about the fact that, for whatever reason, and for reasons that completely elude my interests, so to speak, is the fact that for some strange reason, Phil doesn't seem to understand that absolutely there are perfectly legitimate ways out of this. Phil absolutely knows there are ways out of this, and he doesn't care one bit, because it's far more convenient for him just to get the money from other people, thinking that it's his birthright, and therefore nothing else matters. You know what? I think it was the moderator for Kiwi Farms, during one of his last interactions with Chris Chan. He said sort of like the exact same thing. He talked about the fact that Chris, but then again, I'm referring to Phil here because it pretty much applies to Phil absolutely, is that he is malicious with his intentions. Like, he knows fully well that what he's doing is fucked, and you know what? He couldn't care less, because as long as he gets away with this, that is literally all that matters. And the fact is that we've also got the whole of 2022 to cover before we can even anticipate whatever the hell he's been up to this year is going to be beyond the pale. Well, I say that again because there's quite a number of things as well I wanted to check out, like for the fact that DSP decided to go after Secret Limited as well. So there's a lot of that to cover, and to be honest, I can't quite believe that this is as bad as it gets, because, to be honest, I can hardly believe... How could things get... I don't even know what could make things any worse, because, to be honest, I'm fucking speechless. But hopefully, the only thing to get out of the only thing I think that's even worth knowing as was from this entire experience is literally, don't be like Phil. We all straight up know exactly what Phil is like, and I wouldn't even think for 1 second that it was worth it, because he's just not worth it. Well, hopefully in 2020, hopefully this year, something might actually be done about it, because this is not normal behavior. Nothing about this is normal. Nothing about this makes any sense, and I can't even believe that it's going on as long as this is. But thankfully, this will probably, well, at least 2021 is over with. despite the fact that it's now 2024. But we're marching up the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only thing I can really add to this, and I will leave this by basically saying, good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck out there as we pull out of the station. Let's try and find a better destination elsewhere. So, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to the top 10 worst DSP gaming moments of 2021. And I will look forward to seeing all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.